Running 1100 metres, race number 4 on the card. Light on set, Gates fly back in there racing. Bargem, the favourite, jumped on terms. But Madame St Clair, another bit. World Force all began better, and they're looking for the lead. Vinuvalu wide out with Dance's Kin. Go Gold Coast getting back to midfield, and then the Mailman. Mandator gets back with the Reba, and Mangles is out the back. At the 800 metre mark, another bit went through to lead clearly now. Leads the way 2 in front of Bargem, who's mustered up into second spot and travels strongly. Out deep, Vinuvalu. World Force back to fourth as they string out. A gap then to Dance's Kin. A Reba getting around the outside. Madame St Clair, Go Gold Coast in that division. 2 lengths back, Mandator, the Mailman, and the last one, Mangles, up to the home turn. Another bit, or runs to the 3, about 3 in front now of Bargem, and they're the best part of 6 to 7 in front of Madame St Clair. Go Gold Coast deeper out. Vinuvalu, World Force well back, then with Mandator and Dance's Kin, but another bit running inside the 150, still a mile in front for Brendon Davis. Bargem, Madame St Clair look like fighting out the minors. Go Gold Coast late, but another bit's run 'em ragged and wins it by 3 to 4 on the line to Bargem. Third, Madame St Clair run a nice race, and then Go Gold Coast behind those Mandator. Well back in the field, Vinuvalu, the Mailman. Mangles picking up a few late in the race, namely Dance's Kin. World Force didn't do a lot this afternoon, and Ariba, the last one home, and another bit has just run 'em ragged here in race number 4 on the card. Brendon Davis, Gary Clarke, and just went to the lead, gave nothing else a chance, and the further they went, the further this field strung out. And it's that time of year, folks. G. Clarke, Brendon Davis. You've just got to keep an eye out. And this afternoon, another bit has run 'em ragged. Bargem's battled away in the second spot. Was aided by the inside, able to follow through. And I sort of felt mid-race things were looking okay for favourite backers, but the further they went, the further it was becoming a hard ask. And Madame St Clair, who dual accepted, stayed away from the maiden to run in this probably harder affair, has run a beauty to run third in front of Go Gold Coast, who the money came for it, but it has just battled away into 4th spot by the look of it. We'll get that confirmed. 5-2-13, 4.5 lengths a winning margin, and that was a beauty. 102.68, a length between second and third. The winner, number 5, another bit, is a 3-year-old brown gelding. Fox Wedge Take All of Me for P.R. Lawler, Mrs. D.M. Lawler, Mrs. L.M. Lawler, R.J., F. and Mrs. E. and A.M. Corley, and Kev King's in the ownership of this galloper. So well done there to Connections, another bit. Second goes to 2 Bargem, a 3-year-old bay gelding, Barbados, Sunset or Suncoast Gem for Norm Brack and Dan Morgan. Didn't go too bad at all, the fave, but just found one better on the day, and 13 the third, and that was Madame St Clair. And the emergency getting the run, a 3-year-old brown filly, Street Boss Canterbury Hill, trained by Scott Westover and Mitch Aiken in the saddle. Really battled it out well there in 3rd spot. Now 4th went to 8 Go Gold Coast, and 5th has gone to number 1 Mandator. Really, they once they found their position, it was pretty hard to make ground in that affair. That was a really good win. So the winner's about to head down the race, folks. Put your hands together for number 5, another bit. Start 12 this afternoon, win 2, and that'll take its prize money up over the $50,000 mark in what was a one-act affair. A very smart win there this afternoon by number 5, another bit. And Brendon Davis, who will of course have some nice rides on the way home this afternoon, gets one home here in the 4th. We stand by for correct weight, presentation to follow.
Well, Brendon Davis coming back to scale. We'll grab a word with Brendon if we can. And Gary Clarke on the board for Carnival 2019. He'll be pleased about that, no doubt. And of course, our leading trainer here for the last 6 or 7 years, Gary, in combination with Brendon, of course, is so strong. That combo, of course, won the big double last year, the Palmerston with Captain Punch, and the Cup, of course, with Sar Speed. And as we mentioned earlier, we'll see Sar Speed a little later in the Asian United Food Service Chief Minister's Cup. But another bit, he's not over big, but man, he's got some wheels. And Brendon hasn't got any dirt on him today, in front the whole way. And he's about to jump on the scales, just getting a word with trainer Gary Clarke. And we'll get a quick word with Brendon when he's done. We won't hold him long. So on the scales he goes. Well, Brendon, second up on the course. Labelled urgent out of the gate and never gave them a chance.
Yeah, his run the other day was a bit poor, so I just changed the tactics and thought I'd ride him aggressive out of the gates and laid one around his rear end, and he ran away.
Ran a good time, 1:02.5, and he never looked like stopping.
No, he kept running strong to the line, hopefully onwards and upwards.
Big ride coming up later in the Chief Ministers, of course, last year's Cup winner, a favourite of yours, Speed. How's he travelling as we head towards this year's Cup?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. He's carrying big weights, you know, the weight's going to tell with him, so hopefully he can jump to the lead and bowl along nice, and we'll see how he's at the finish.
Many congratulations, mate. All the best for the rest of the carnival.
Thank you.
Brendon Davis, he's on the board on day 2 of the carnival, board another bit, and looking forward to taking them out on his Cup winner from last year later in the day, and of course that is Speed.